Yo, yo, yo. Happy New Year. Well, it's not the New Year yet, but we are ringing in the new year tonight. Some of you might. I'll probably be sleeping.
I'll definitely be
like
sleep.
usual. My last few years, I have not
We
really
never stay up
celebrated
till
like
the
I
New
used
Year's.
to. So, but we are here with a special guest today, Ronnie Rich, a true
Rich!
baller, one of our clients. He is a lead guitarist of a band, Jump the Fall, who is like super baller in Portugal right now. If you're on Spotify, go on there, give them a listen. They're like number 1, right, on the charts or something like that. Some crazy. Over there, over here, about to be.
Over here.
That's what I'm talking about.
At some point.
So we brought Ron on the podcast because first off, he's a baller, and second off, he's made an amazing transformation. And this kind of has to do with like everything that most people look forward to going into the new year for about 3 days until they give up. So we're going to talk a little bit about the fitness journey. I'd like to talk about his career and his real career, which is the guitar.
Right.
You know
So
what I'm
like
saying?
your job, your
Absolutely.
day job,
So,
and then your passion.
I would like
your
to
dream.
go over, like, first off, your experience at Abs Fitness, and maybe give a shout out to Dr. Phil since he's the ghost of the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So, for me, my journey started because of 2020, right? So everybody had their moment in 2020 where the world just fell apart, and I don't think I was any different in that category, and I myself knew that I needed to do something, and it wasn't a New Year's resolution. It wasn't because of this or that. It was me listening to my body and understanding, you couldn't keep going down the same road over and over again. So, for me, I knew that I needed the educational experience as well as the road, the path to go down. The training, the nutrition, all of that. And so for me, it was reaching out and finding someone local to me, and you guys were local.
Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't really have a second or third pick or anything. You guys just came into my ethos, and
Look at that.
right there.
It was brought upon you.
There was a knowing.
And
Yeah.
yes. So yeah, so I came down and I met with you guys, and one thing for sure is when I stick with something, that I'm passionate about, and this became that. I think at the beginning for everybody it becomes, it is challenging.
It's definitely a challenge. I remember you crawling in the door the first day. Not really. It was like more of he walked, but it wasn't like you walk now.
A meander.
Yeah.
Yes, you had a really good energy with you, and me and Abby actually talked about this like the day we met you.
I literally said, there's something godlike about that man.
Yeah, we
Very
met him,
strange.
and I was like, yo, Ronnie Rich is the real deal. He's going to make,
about this guy.
see, look at this.
Something
He's
meta.
going to make a great transformation, and man, did he. Like I said, like from week 1 to right now, like my man could barely do a step up. I remember your back was pretty jacked up.
Yep.
And to see like you now, I mean, being like a ninja in my gym, it's pretty freaking incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. I've had some ninja moments.
Yeah, we know that box jump fall that what happened that one time. And you didn't break your shit. You didn't
Nope.
break your back. You rolled out like a damn ninja. And
That's
you
right.
are how old?
44 going on 45.
Exactly. So he's going down to 43 this year since we're making strides in the
Yes.
right direction.
And that's really, kind of what it's all about. What, for me, what opened up and what I started really seeing was my body age reversing, and it has to do with obviously with the nutrition and with the workout regimen, but it's about it's about goal setting. And if you have to spend the money to make your brain change, then that's what I absolutely have to do. And I can't stress that enough. It's hard for most people too, but I knew for me going into it that I needed I needed the right kick in the pants, the encouragement, the train. I had to get on that train, and I had to keep moving on that path, because it's so easy to fall off that path. But when you have a support group there, that's in place, and also you got to pay for it. But the one thing that strikes home is that you inexorably you're going to have to follow it, because if you fall off that, and for me it was, shoot, if I lose a day, that's money out of my own wallet. And I can't,
it's that extra accountability.
It's that extra accountability. So that's why I find that it's in particularly important for people to follow through, especially when they seek out counsel, especially in this arena.
Yeah.
Hire a professional.
Yes.
Take their advice
and do it right.
And do it.
Well,
it's what
I want to ask something quick, because listening to you, I'm like,
it's hard to overtalk Abby.
So, what would you give for advice to people that are around your age group, or even maybe just hitting 50, because that 44 to 50 age group, so many people say, oh, I can't do it, I'm getting older. And then we hear about you doing these ninja moves, jumping, pushing sled, right? All sorts of stuff. But it's funny how you said you're going to have to, if you have to pay to change your brain. So what's crazy to me is that parents will drop a dime like that to put their kid in extra tutoring to, progress them further in life. Mm-hmm. But they won't put a dime into their own health and fitness to keep the longevity of their life for their children, which is insane. Yes. Because if you don't keep the longevity of your life, even investing the money into this extra tutor for them, if they don't have you around, to keep them, loved, safe, shelter, like, what does that even mean? What does it matter?
No, and to you were saying,
not to mention like quality of life and opportunity, because your fitness is going to allow you to experience things with your kids that if you aren't fit, like I have parents that were rather unfit for a majority of my childhood. They're not going to be going out and playing catch for hours on end. They're going to be a lot less inclined to go on adventures and go ziplining. And that's not to say that I didn't experience a lot of that, because I did have like a really good childhood. But unfortunately, it's like you have a trade-off. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to play with your kids, as sad as it is to say.
Yeah, there's
so what is your piece of advice to that age group that says, I can't do it, I'm getting too old, or, it's too late for me?
So there is a solution for that, and it really, stick with me, people. the way that people in from the age of 44 to 50 have to really look at it is like this. We have thousands and thousands of genes in our body, and they're switches, they're protein switches. We're made up of protein, and that's it. Okay. So now if we break that down, for the people in my age group, let's say, I just can't do it, I just don't have the energy. Well, what will help you get that energy? What can you do? So like you were saying, like towards like zip lining, for example. Well, people have to learn to do things that make them happy. And I think the first switch for any of this to happen is to pick one thing that just brings you joy. That one thing, not for someone else, like, oh, gives me joy to see this blah blah. No. What is it? What do you like? What do you do? What do you want? What is it that you want to focus on? Because we're basically we're just we're vehicles for our emotions, right? So
for sure.
Our emotions are what basically have been created from our past experiences. So if we were to stop that right now and just stay in the moment, people could actually see that, well, if I'm, I need to get more energy, I need to get more fit, or, to get down to that role. There's a path there. You got to make a goal. You have to, if you have to write it down or whatever you have to do to get there. If you're 44 and, you're going to be 50, you got to, it's like when, you're at a job and someone says, what's your 5-year goal? You got to do that for yourself 100%. And especially as time goes forward, you have to really now be like, I have amount of time.
Yeah. Especially with the body that you're given.
You have to be in the mentality that I am out of time for myself. I have to be here for me. That way I can be here for others. Always put yourself in that. If you put yourself in that deficit, you will start to create the goals that you need to do. But the first thing you need to do is fire up those genes that emotion, the emotional responses that'll start turning on the switches that for joy and happiness. And you got to keep firing those. They did have done tests where they've taken people that are diabetic, given them just a regular meal, sit them in front of a comedy for an hour, and what do you know, the blood glucose, the switches in the brain, they start firing in different ways where their levels are starting to go down. So that there's a lot of room for people to grow, with just getting out of their own way.
And I find that it's interesting you say a lot of this, because this is a lot of what we all do here.
Yeah.
Anybody that works at my gym, my employees, I teach them the same thing. When I sit down with people in a consultation, one of the first things we ask them is, why are you here? Why do you want this? And if somebody gives me, and I'm going to say bullshit, because it is kind of a bullshit excuse to say, oh, well, I just want to get healthy. You're not going to stay on that path. Right. I'm just saying, I just want to get healthy. There is something deeper that you need to dig for that will get you this transformation. Like Ron said, that will not knock you off that train. You have to be real with yourself, and you have to be willing to get real with the professional that you're sitting in front of. You have to think of us as counselors in that one setting, in that one moment, because would you tell a counselor, oh, I just want to feel better? No, every session. No, you wouldn't. You would tell the counselor what is triggering you and what is bothering you, or your childhood trauma that has led you to that moment. And the same thing, we need those same answers and responses from you guys. Why? Not only is it going to help us to get you to get motivated to start, but it's going to help us to help pick you back up when you do have those downs, because you will fall off here and there, but that's what's going to help you kind of be resilient and get back on that train rather than stay off for a whole 10 days. It's going to be like, okay, but you said when you got out of the shower, when you first walked in here, you said when you get out of the shower, you look from the side and you cry at the way you look, right? I'm just giving you an example. That is the truth. You want to get healthier. Awesome. Love that. That's always a goal for everyone. But you cry when you see yourself naked. That's the truth. And that's the emotion that we're going to work on that is going to help keep you motivated and resilient. So love that.
Yeah. And what's really interesting about what you just said there, when you were referring to basically how you had to peel back layers in order to get someone to recognize what the true underlying issue is I notice a lot when I am training these people and over the course of my career with you guys specifically, that it's all inclusive. So all of your habits are going to stack on top of each other, and they really do call it a lifestyle change for a really good reason. And that's because a lot of these people, they aren't even able to look at themselves genuinely and honestly until they get the ball rolling. Once they get the ball rolling, you can start stacking on, I'm eating healthy, I'm working out, I'm starting to understand, literally people, we have this weird thing that happens. It's like a phenomena where a lot of first-time trainees, people that have never worked out before, when they first start, it's a brand new pain. And so it's fresh. It's like the first time you got hit in the face, will break down.
It's like a new feeling I've never
They start
had.
talking to themselves in their head. They're like, oh my gosh, I've never been able to do this. I've always been weak, but oh shit, I'm still doing it. Oh my gosh, I'm conquering obstacles. I'm becoming a better person actively right now in the moment.
God, I'm doing a judo roll.
Yeah. And it's
what
so,
up, Phil?
It's so powerful. Like a lot of people do break down. And it's just really super rewarding to be able to coach them through that moment and be
100%.
receptive and responsive.
So
And play that role as like the guide through that what's the word, adversity.
you know
Yeah,
what, Ollie,
great.
we are basically modern day what do they call them, shamans. Exactly.
Shaman.
In a way,
Shaman.
Right,
yes,
where
yeah.
like we lead you through this spiritual journey, but it really is. The way I'm listening to him, that's exactly what I hear. Like it is
Yeah.
a very spiritual journey for many. Many times we experience clients fall off that train, and then we need to hear them. We need to help. We need to help get them back on the train, and that moment
Yeah.
of resilience and like getting them back on that train, you know, is just this newfound, like he said, like it's like getting hit in the face all over again. Like,
For
oh
sure.
my God, I fell off and I thought this would be the end, but I got back up and I got back on.
Every client
I'm
has
succeeding
a different
again,
journey too.
Right?
which is
It's
cool.
that the failure, there's even growth in failure in this industry. And so like as trainers, we're all able to see that growth, and we're able to help these people realize that failure is okay. And failure is actually good in some aspects because, you know, let's say you lost 50 pounds, you're trying to lose another 20 and you're just stuck and you feel like a failure. Well, the moment that trainer gets you back up on the horse and then you lose again, or you hit your next new goal, whatever it may be, you know, it's that feeling of like, I can overcome any obstacle. And I think this is a great, you know, lead into your experience as a musician. And if you've had any of those moments of like falling off and like, you know, what you felt in those moments and then how you got back up or how you motivated yourself to get back up on that horse.
Yeah, no, it, you know, especially, you know, with I mean, on stage for me, it's always a workout, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
because, you know, I'm really, you know, for me, playing out live, I'm really just, I'm in the moment, and I could be playing in front of 2 people or 2,000 people, and it doesn't, to me, it's all relative because it just channels through me and it flows. But, you know, I mean, let's face it, as we all get older, you want to be able to move like you're 20 again. And I've totally been able to do that because, you know, I remember the last time I was on tour and I was doing it every night, it hurt.
Yeah.
I was like,
100%.
oh, I'm sore. But even, you know, before that, you know, when I remember when I had turned 40, you know, I had an incident where, you know, I did what a lot of Americans do. They seek out the snake oils to help them, you know, reduce the weight. And so you know, for me, I went on an HCG diet. I think that's correct. And it worked. It was okay. You know, and I went to the gym, but I didn't know what I was doing at the gym. I just kind of knew what I was doing. But clearly not. So, you know, but after time, you know, your old habits kind of can creep back in, depending on your lifestyle and your environment, and also the voice in your head, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the biggest thing is people tend to use like, you know, the wrong types of foods to eat, you know, as their, you know, as their dopamine fix, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, their serotonin fix. And, you know, it's like, I just, you know, that I got this stressful thing in my life, you know. Here's the thing, like, I don't smoke, I don't drink, you know, so my thing was like, oh man, stressful things going on, pizza.
Yeah. Eat the food.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, so
Food.
we all are subject to that.
Yeah.
And I talk about
Yeah.
this all the time with
Yeah.
people. You know, there's different tactics. And I think I've talked about this once before in a podcast, is like, I've been trying new things with different clients, trying to do little brain receptors where it's like a thought interruption. You know, I had a client buy, one of my clients, I had to buy these like monkey that you put in the barrel off Amazon with different colors. And I said, I want you to, you know, organize these monkeys. And I want you to put them all in this, you know, all the colors in the right barrel. And then evaluate how you feel. Write it down. Okay, am I still wanting the slice of pizza? And then if you are, I want you to do it again. Right. And then I want you to ask yourself, am I starving? Am I just wanting this because I'm stressed? And keep interrupting the thought for like 10 minutes, because sometimes study shows it really only takes about 10 minutes to really interrupt a thought like that and make a different decision.
Yeah.
Right. And then if that's still not working, and I said, if you've done it by like 3 times, now I want you, because you know, we love physical touch as humans, like to go pet your dog. See if petting your dog or going for a walk with the dog makes you, again, make a different decision. but you're not telling yourself in the moment you can have it. You're just saying, well, I need to just do this, organize these monkeys one time.
Oh.
And then I can have the pizza. Then I want you to ask yourself the question first. How hard is it to just you do this quick, task and then ask yourself a question, then you can have it. And it has worked for some people.
Yes.
Some people it hasn't because it's like a very big psychological trigger for a lot of people.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And
It's the
that's
easy access of
and
food,
that's
too.
and that's probably the biggest thing that I can just drive home for most people is to take yourself out of that, to help take yourself out of that moment, whether it be the monkey in the barrel thing or any other thing, like having Alexa, hey Alexa, and just
Yeah.
gravitate your mind somewhere else. But I think what with the resolutions that people are probably going to try to do this year, I think one of the biggest thing that people need to focus on is what brings them peace, what brings them happiness. And I think peace is probably more of a bigger it's probably more on top because your inner peace. What is your inner peace?
I think it's harder to find inner peace now than ever with all the
More than ever.
technology, all the social media,
Yep.
all
Well,
the instant access to everything.
and what I can tell people to do is, if you are stuck in the whole social media thing, and it's really just you got to use those filters to I'm done, block it off,
unplug.
locked it out, unplug, whatever you got to do. But if that is your if that's the chink in the armor, for example, then that's what you got to put down. You know.
I mean, I used to play video games a lot. Abby can attest.
Mm-hmm.
I sold the Xbox.
Hell froze over.
Right. So it was a problem, right? I was playing it, wasting time, not learning anything. Just it was fun for me, but it was not bringing me any good. So I simply removed the problem, which was the fucking Xbox.
Yeah.
Goodbye, video games. And now, like, I'm trying to use my time more wisely. And that will kind of go into this next subject, which I wrote down a bunch of different goals that I would like to hit for the New Year's.
Well, let's go through them quickly because we got about 3 minutes.
I'm just gonna list like the list of different kind of goals that maybe you guys would like
Let's
to
go.
set. So you can have a fitness goal, a financial goal, relationship goals, self-improvement goals, spiritual goals, and maybe like a technology goal. I, for instance, wrote down limit my use of my phone, and when I am using it, use it for more learning purposes. A time goal and a career goal, like where you're going to go with your career in the future.
And it's okay to have a goal in every single one of those subjects.
You should have a goal.
I said to
Yes.
Justin, I'd like to, as a New Year's resolution, waste less food. So I have a really bad habit of getting something like fresh mushrooms or fresh green onions or fruit, because those are my habits of those type of stuff. And then not cooking it right away and then wasting it and having to throw it away. And I'm like, damn it, that's $7.
Raspberries.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Everybody wastes shit.
Those raspberries sit in the back though. They get stuck behind other things.
what's a goal of yours, Ollie? Quick. And Ron, what's a goal of yours?
I want to diversify my investment portfolio with like cryptocurrency, metaverse stock, and what was the other one? NFT.
Okay.
I think you should start making NFTs. I think that should be your goal. Because Ollie's an artist as well, and I think he would do well at making these.
Absolutely.
I'll make
digital
some
art
stupid
pieces.
ones.
Ron, is this a
Those will do the
musician
best.
goal?
Yeah. So, as a musician, we're the band Jump the Fall. We are going to be releasing our next album out in 2022.
Let's go.
Woo!
So
Dude, that's freaking dope, man.
Jump the Fall on
You gotta be kidding me.
Spotify. Look them up.
So
Freaking
so that's exciting. And with everything that I've been able to do with Abs Fitness this year, I'm definitely going to be bringing into the new year with some new shows
I love it.
and keeping the fitness journey going. But I think it's about getting your goals and thoughts organized and maintaining that equilibrium of peace and happiness. And that might be broad, but dial it in. I think,
Love it.
Consistency is key, guys. If you make a goal,
Absolutely.
especially some of these goals are going to take a while to hit. Just because 1 or 2 days goes bad does not mean give up.
So
The only time you fail is when you quit.
I'm gonna wrap up with this. With any one of these goals, remember exactly what we said in this podcast. Take away the key moment, which is to really dial in on those emotions, like Ron Rich said, to really figure out. So, like, whether it be financial freedom and you'd like to be able to buy something, from having that, versatile investment, portfolio. Maybe you'd like to just save more money, or you want to buy something, or maybe it's that, hey, you have health goals. Your doctor wants you to get off on medication, or hey, I feel my attention span going, so I need to get off the electronic. And because my attention span's going, you dig deeper for that emotion. My wife isn't getting as much, attention. I'm just giving an example, Justin. It's not pertaining to you. So
God
anyways,
dang, bro.
but so find
Fucked
that
up.
emotion of what really bothers you and why you want that goal so badly. And that will help you stay consistent, because when we lean on our emotions that are attached to experiences, that's what helps us really stay focused and in that tunnel vision.
Yeah.
But that's a wrap
And
for
I
today,
said it
guys.
today, guys. This is how we're gonna wrap this shit up. When you guys set these resolutions, okay, you set them, you follow them. Do not give up on them. Once you give up is when you actually quit, and that's when you fail. You can fail, but you can succeed through failure. You just have to keep the momentum going and keep it going. You cannot stop. No matter what the goal is, if you really truly want to hit it and you know why you want to hit it, you will get there. 100% guaranteed.
Love that.
Follow us on Facebook, YouTube.
Well, guys, look up Jump the Fall. This
TikTok,
is Ron Rich's
Jump the Fall, Spotify.
band, Jump the Fall, Spotify.
Number 1 in Portugal.
Woo! And
Freaking baller
you can find
status.
Abs Fitness on all the following platforms. So Abs Fitness LLC on Facebook, Abs Fitness Filmhouse on YouTube, Abs Fitness _brand in Florida on Instagram, TikTok, and
TikTok's Abs Fitness Tampa, Florida. And
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All
Check
right,
out the
guys.
Facebook, guys. Check
We'll
out
see
the
you next
website
week.
as well, www.absfitnesstrainer.com.
Woo!
Like, follow, subscribe. Goodbye.
Happy New Year. What the heck are these people saying in these comments?
I don't know, but why'd you...